Hello friends, in the series of learning C++ programming, in the previous session I have just covered constructors concept in C++. In this session I am going to start next concept, that is operator overloading. See, C++ is an object oriented language and it supports polymorphism concept. Polymorphism means one thing having multiple forms. See, we have already seen function overloading concept while learning functions in C++. Means multiple functions can have same name but different arguments. And there are two types of polymorphism, compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Under compile time polymorphism, function overloading and operator overloading, these two concepts come. Operator overloading means we are just giving here special meaning to operator. We already know there are different types of operators in C++. Unary operators like unary minus, plus plus, minus minus means that increment, decrement operator. Okay. Then there are some binary operators like arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiply, divide and so on. Then ternary operator is there, that is question mark and colon. Operators are nothing but special symbols, those are acting on operands and will give some result. Getting? Now these operators are working on basic data types or built-in data types. Means see, we can do addition of two integers, addition of two floats. In the same way, if you want that plus operator should work on objects, then it is not inbuilt, but we can do that with the help of this operator overloading concept in C++. Means we will give some special meaning to that plus operator with respect to any class. Means suppose we have declared any vector class. I just want to add two vector objects and whatever addition that I just want to store inside any other vector object, just like integers. Means suppose I have two integer variables, I will do addition of those two integer variables and I can store that addition in any other integer variable. Getting? In the same way, we can do the same action on vector objects with the help of plus operator, but for that you have to write some code, and that is the concept of operator overloading. Getting? Means giving some special meaning to any operator with respect to user defined data type or a class. In C++, we can do operator overloading, mean we can use some special meaning to already defined operator, but don't try to change its original meaning. Means suppose I just want to add two vectors, then don't use minus operator for adding two vectors. Don't do like that. Means don't try to change meaning of operators. Meaning will remain same. Again precedence, associativity, everything will remain same. Only we are just using that operator with user defined data type, and for that we will write some code inside our program. That's it only. Here don't try to modify the actual meaning of operators while doing operator overloading. This point you have to compulsory keep in mind while doing this. This operator overloading is nothing but giving some special meaning to the already defined operators with respect to user defined data type. For example, we can use plus operator to add two objects of vector type, and vector is nothing but a class. Now some operators in C++ cannot be overloaded. I am just writing here those operators. The first one is scope resolution operator. Already you know this operator, we already learned about operators in C++. The scope resolution operator cannot be overloaded. Then next one is class member access operators. The first one is dot operator and dot star operator. These two are class member access operators, those cannot be overloaded. Then third one is ternary operator, ternary question mark and colon. And the last one is size of operator. These are the four operators, those cannot be overloaded. Don't try to overload these operators, it is not allowed. Okay, the scope resolution operator, it is like this. Okay, the next one is class member access operator. We use dot operator to access class members. Means while calling member function, we normally use dot operator. If any pointer you are using there, then dot star operator. The next one is ternary operator. It is also called as a conditional operator, that cannot be overloaded. And the last one is size of operator. See, size of operator can be used to compute size Okay, it will return size of any data type or any variable in bytes. That is nothing but size of operator, that also cannot be overloaded. Now how to do this operator overloading? For that we have to use operator function. Now let us see the syntax of operator function, how to write it. For that you must know syntax first. Okay, see, to do this operator overloading, we can write a operator function inside a class. Okay, the general form of defining operator function is like this. First we have to write return type, then we have to use operator keyword. Operator is a keyword, remember. Then whatever operator you want to overload, let it is plus, minus, multiply, anything that you have to write at this place. This is nothing but OP. OP stands for operator. Whatever operator you want to overload, that you have to write over here. And then in a bracket you can pass arguments, that is nothing but argument list. And here you have to write code. This is nothing but function body. Means for writing operator overloading function, the general syntax is first we have to write return type, then operator keyword you have to write, then OP is nothing but whatever operator you want to overload, and what arguments, actually arguments are nothing but operands. And then you have to write here function body. See, it is just like a normal function declaration. Normally we write function like return type, function name, arguments and function body. Here at the place of function name only you have to change. We have to write first operator keyword, then whatever operator you want to overload, that only we have to write. This is just a syntax to write operator function. Now for example, suppose you want to write operator function for overloading plus operator on vectors object, then how it will be, let us see. Suppose there is a vector class and I have three objects like vector v1, v2 and v3, and let we have accepted data about v1 and v2, and just I want to add v1 and v2 object, and whatever addition I just want to store inside v3. Okay, then statement will be like this: v3 equal to v1 plus v2. We can achieve this. And for that we have to write operator function inside our vector class. Now how to do that? See, actually there are two ways to define operator function. Means you can define operator function as a member function, and second way is as a friend function. There are two ways to define operator function. Either as a member function you can define operator function, or you can define that operator function as a friend function. If you are writing that operator function as a member function of a class, then it is a member of your class. Means inside that class only you have to just define or declare that as a member function. Or if you are just defining that operator function as a friend function, then that is not a part of that class. It is just like a normal function. Only that function we will declare as a friend of that class. That's why we can just access private data of that class inside that operator function. But we can do the same task. Means we just want to overload that plus operator here in this case. For this we can write operator function as a member function we can write, or as a friend function we can write. Now if you want to define operator function, then what will be the syntax if we are writing that as a member function? That I am going to explain first. Here return type should be this one, because I just want to do this v1 plus v2. Then here I can write like this: see, v1 dot plus, I am writing only, and just I am passing v2 for that. If we are writing operator function as a member function, we know member function should be called using object dot. Means while doing this, again this operator function will be like a member function. This should be called using object dot. Means here first v1 we can consider as a calling object. Now the remaining v2, this one is the second operand for this plus operator. Here actually we are overloading binary operator. Now this v2 we have to pass as a argument in this case. Means if we want that operator function should be returned as a member function, then means here we will call using v1, and the second remaining operand we will pass as a argument. Now after doing this task, whatever return that we will store inside V3, and the data type of V3 is a vector itself. See here, vector is a class. Okay, we have not written anything about this vector class, just try to understand terminology only. Okay, now V3 is a vector class, that's why return type should be like V3, means that is a vector. Then name of that function is nothing but operator OP. Okay, now we will write like operator, and operator is plus operator. Getting? And now see, here we will call using object dot, that's why don't consider this V1. Now here one argument we will just pass, that is nothing but V2. And what is the type of V2? That is vector itself, that is nothing but argument. Vector, let V. This is not compulsory, this is just a formal argument. Here you can take any variable name. Here this is just a declaration, that's why this is again optional. This will be the syntax for writing operator function for doing this task, and if we are writing that operator function as a member function, then we have to write like this. Now suppose I just want to achieve the same thing and I want to write operator function as a friend function, then what will be the syntax here? See, here friend function we will not call using object dot. That's why friend function will be called as a normal function. You know this, we have already seen that friend function concept. How to call friend function? Just like a normal function, means function name and in bracket we will pass arguments. Here again same thing we will do. Here we will write function name. Here function name is like operator plus. Here I am not writing that operator word, only I am writing plus. And now we have to pass arguments. Now here V1 and V2, both we have to pass compulsory, like V1 comma V2. And whatever return, that is again V3 same. That's why here the function will be like this. Vector is a return type, then operator plus, and here we have to pass two arguments of vector type, like vector comma vector. Getting? See, here we are just writing a friend function, means inside a class we have to write here friend keyword while declaring, and this function we will define outside the class as a normal function. Here this function is a member function of that class. We will define it anywhere inside class or outside class, but as a member function we have to declare this as a part of that class. Getting? Means here we are just overloading binary operator on two vectors, and whatever result that will again store inside any other vector object, and for that we can use this operator function in two styles. Either we can write member function or we can write friend function. If we are writing as a member function, then we will call that as a object dot. That's why one argument only we have to pass, that is the second operand, because first operand will be the calling object. And here friend function, if you are using for the same task, then there will not be any calling object. That's why both operands will be the arguments for that function. The name of function is operator plus. In both the cases return type will be vector. Getting? Now how to achieve this? With the help of example I am going to explain. First we will just see overloading unary operator, then overloading binary operator. Here just we have seen the example of binary operator overloading. Okay, but using program I am going to explain everything in depth in the next video. We will start first overloading unary operator, then overloading binary operator, because there are two types of operators. In the next session we will see overloading unary operators. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.